everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be recommending you some webtoons if you liked TRESS of the Emerald Sea. And I made a slideshow, which is fun. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see far away very good, but it'll be fine. So here's the cover, TRESS of the Emerald Sea. To summarize the plot, it's about this girl whose her boyfriend, her boyfriend and his family is like, you gotta get married to somebody because they don't want them to be into TRESS or something. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't feel like explaining it. So he goes off, and then he is terribly boring and stuff to the other princesses, so he can marry TRESS. And then they send him to the sorceress, and no one comes back from the sorceress. So TRESS goes out to rescue him. So, and this is kind of like advertised as like Princess Bride, but if Buttercup went out to save Wesley. Kind of like that. So yeah, that is the summary of TRESS of the Emerald Sea. And a lot of people, and it's very like fairy tale-esque while still being very Brandon Sanderson and like enjoyable for adults, like an original fairy tale. So now let's just get into the webtoons, which is the funnest part. And I'm gonna ask you now to subscribe, because if you like webtoons and stuff, because I love webtoons and I do all sorts of videos on them right now. So yeah, the first one I did was Cursed Princess Club. I liked this one for this because it's very like funny. It's a comedy. It's a fairy tale while not being necessarily a specific fairy tale, and it has very grown-up themes, which I think fits TRESS of the Emerald Sea a lot. And this is really good. It's very popular, I would say, and it's very good at like weaving the interpersonal relationships and like how a person views himself and the character growth in both of these. The Cursed Princess Club and TRESS of the Emerald Sea is very nice. And so Cursed Princess Club is about this girl named Gwen, who is on the cover here, and she and her sisters get engaged, and then her fiance says, I don't want to marry her, she's ugly. And then that leads to all sorts of self-image problems for Gwen, and it's about her, a lot of it is about her finding confidence in herself. There's other stuff too, but it's like a big part of it. And then the Cursed Princess Club is a bunch of different princesses and people who are cursed, and it's fun. This is, the next one is Sailor Johin. I have no idea how to say his name, but it's really fun. It's about this sailor. I really like this one for this because it's in like the sea, and it's also got like differentiating worlds, and it's very fun, and I like for world building purposes. I think you'll like these. And so it's about this sailor, and he is very nice, and the captain is very salty, and they try to kidnap a mermaid, and then he doesn't want them to kidnap the mermaid, and then the mermaid and then he rescues the mermaid, and then I'm pretty sure he technically drowns, and now he's exploring the sea. I think that's the first synopsis. And the coloring in this comic's really cool. So like while he's in the human world, the coloring's all like in browns and stuff, and now that he's in the ocean world, that's all very colorful and bright. And if you look here, it's not until like episode 12ish that we get into the mermaid world, so I don't know if it's spoilers. I kind of like, but you know, it's a good decent thing. This one is 1 HP Club. I liked it because it's just very light and fun, like TRESS is, and I think it suits it well. It's got fun characters too, and it's very team based, which I think is a part of TRESS quite a bit. So 1 HP Club is like a D&D campaign. And I've never played D&D, so is that something you're worried about? Don't. The episodes are also very short, and it updates twice a week, which is fun. Yeah, I'd recommend that one. This one is for my direct favorite. I like this one because the character motivations are very similar. They're both out to save their mans. And yeah. And this one's also like very fantasy world, very like fairy tale. This is a political fantasy isekai story, and oh my goodness, it's so good. I love it so much. So you should read it. And yeah. And then the Remarried Empress I liked because both the main characters are very practical and fairly straightforward kind of people. So yeah. And they're also both blonde, so I like them because they're similar characters-ish. And the Remarried Empress is kind of what it sounds like, I think. So the first season is about what leads up to her divorce, and then the second season and like probably all the onward seasons are about her settling into her new marriage. Stable Curse. Okay, so this has a much darker tone than TRESS, but I just get, my gut is telling me if you like TRESS, you will like this. It's about, I think it's got this like very very mysterious magic, you know? I think that's a good way to put it. It's very mysterious and unpredictable, kind of like not unpredictable, but just like very otherworldly kind of magic system. And the characters are also very focused on their goals, and I quite enjoy it. So Stable Curse is about this girl named Taryn, and she's got this like disease where like her body's like dying and it's like turning black if you look at the picture, and then it's gonna eventually come and like come to her heart, and right now it's like creeping up her arm and stuff. And in her last 6 months to live, her family is like, I don't know if it's 6 months for sure, but it's about 6 months. And so her family's all like, we're gonna go to this like hotel place, and yeah. And Taryn's like, I'm gonna die, not at home. That is sad. And then the hotel thing is like very magical, so maybe she can find a cure there, which is very fun. Romance 101. I liked this a lot for, I just got caught up. But I really like this one for like the character development and how the relationships build off of each other, and I think that will be well suited for people who like TRESS. It's very good, and like the friendships, and like it's very good at like weaving through the characters. So yeah. And then Romance 101 is it's a romance. I feel like that's the gist of it. The Blind Prince, I don't know much about yet. I don't have a idea of the plot yet, but I don't know. I just feels like if you want like a gritty fairy tale, this is where you should go. My gut is telling me this will be good. And like the art is very pretty too. And also the dude, he looks kind of like a girl to me because his hair's long and he's wearing pink, and he just looks very feminine to me, which is interesting. This one is called From a Knight to a Lady, and I don't necessarily have a good reason to put this here, but I really enjoy it, and it's very fantasy, and I would appreciate you reading it. And then, like, you'll probably like it. Scorching Romance. So this was like the first one I took a picture of. It's not the first one I picked. And then I was thinking about it, and I don't even know if it actually fits TRESS, but it's really cute. And so yeah. So that's about this one girl named Ember and this one dude named Aspen, and them falling in love. And Ember's too hot and Aspen's too cold, and when they get together, it don't be too hot and too cold anymore. And it's just cute, and I just like it. It's just got, and it's very out. Like, I think you'll like the humor. Yeah, it's just very. I like it. It's like very funny and squealy, and I like it. Well, I like it too, but I think you'll like it too. Leveling Up My Husband to the Max is about this girl named Amber, and she got like sent back into time after she died to when like she first married her husband, and she is like, my life sucked, I was so meek, and I want where I live, the east or the west, I think it's the east, to thrive. And so she's working it out with her husband. She's making sure her land area is being awesome. She's taking down her mother-in-law, and it is great. Why I think you like this, do you like TRESS? I think the character development is very similar. So yeah, I think TRESS does it better because it's less sudden. But I think it makes sense for Amber because she literally died. Is that my last one? No. This one is My Gently Raised Beast, and it's just got like fairy tale vibes. It's about this girl who follows into a dude who is also a cat, but he's also a regular dude, so don't worry. And yeah, it's very mystical and stuff. And then Beneath the Canterbury Tree is another one that's just very fairy tale. It's like a Mulan retelling type thing. And yeah, I think that's the last one. Yeah. Oh no, this one is a literal fairy tale one. So it's 3 different fairy tales in like 3 different time periods, and it's very fun. How they go about telling the fairy tales is very good. I like the Cinderella one a lot. The Little Mermaid one a lot. The Rapunzel one is decent, but my favorite out of the 3 is, but I can't decide between the Little Mermaid and Rapunzel one because the Little Mermaid one was very good, but I love Cinderella so much. But yeah, I really recommend that. I would say they're probably not going to make any more, but could maybe. They said they won't, but I don't think they are. But it's really good. All the stories are completed, and yeah, if you like it's fairy tales, so yeah. I try not to recommend too many fairy tales though. So yeah. I should recommend one more to make it an even 15. Let's see, let's do, I'm debating between Raven Saga and Happily Ever After. We'll just count those as one. They're both like literal fairy tale translations, but I have a feeling you might. If you're like into fairy tales, you'll probably like them, and then TRESS is just very fairy tale like. So yeah, those are my recommendations. Now go back. We're going back. So yeah, if you want more recommendations, like based off of a book, I have a soul video. If you want any Webtoon content, just check out my playlist, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I post videos on Mondays. Bye!